What's good, guys? CJ here, and today we're back with episode 3 of the Nightcast with all these glorious gentlemen, and we're going to talk about the state of DNA. We're going to talk about the 1.1 update, the community, everything that's been going down, our general opinions, and hopefully you guys get to interact with us, giving us your opinion regarding a lot of the things we're going to talk about, because it has been a very interesting patch, to say the least. And it's only been a week, but there's been a lot of ups and downs with this patch, a lot of things going around, and we really want to talk about it. So we have all the goats. You guys know who they are. If you don't, I'll have the link in the description of my video. And we're going to kick things off with the most simple thing. What do you guys think about the reception to the 1.1 patch from players, other creators, and just the overall community for this patch from the beginning up to, I guess, now?
Well, it's definitely been mixed, to say the least. It's been very much a dichotomy where you're either in one of two camps. It seems you're either in the camp that are the people who believe in the game and want to see it succeed, maybe more for what it represents rather than what it is, at least right now, and also just seeing that potential and how fast that things could move and change and improve. And then you've got the camp where it's like, okay, it's not perfect now, you know, like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's definitely been mixed, and it hasn't even been like kind of even. It's been like the polar extremes in that regard, bro.
I agree. Like in the previous patches, at least in my community or like when I stream or even in my comment section, I hardly got any negative stuff being said. And 1.1 hit, and then bang, I got struck by everything. Like every time I would go live, there's like people just complaining on my lives, to the point when I had to tell them, all right, you guys have a limit of like 10 lines of complaining, and then you're going on mute. Even my moderators were complaining. I was like, mods too. So So definitely, yeah. Like it's almost like it was almost like a point wherein like people were deciding if they're gonna continue the game or not. But 1 week's gone by, viewership, at least in my case, is up from what it was like a week ago. That's good. I think it's finally over. People are done complaining.
I would say like the content creators have been pretty tame with it, and especially like the thing Gotcha Smack said, because I saw like CJ's video about it. I didn't even know Gotcha Smack that night streamed. Like he did like it was like a sponsored stream, but he gave his like unfiltered thoughts, and like I feel like from the creator side, I think most of us are like again on like the optimistic side, like you're also saying, like there's the two camps. We're mostly on the optimistic side. I mean, it makes sense, we're creators, but I mean, it's not like we're like going into this with like no valid reason why. Like we understand like it takes time to do the things they're doing, and yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the majority of what the community is now. Like after that like first like week of just like crazy like like the takes people were having about the update and stuff, it was insane. And like I think like what I would say right now is all the people that were complaining about the update, they found their reason to complain, and now they're gone because they have nothing else to hate on with the update. They have nothing else to say that's bad about it, right? So that's why they're not like in YouTube comment sections this week, right? Like they had their week chance to do that. So yeah, I think it's for the most part again, like 50-50, like Firos is saying, like you're either in one camp or the other. But I think like considering the stuff we saw today, I mean, I'm glad I'm in the right camp, yo.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, honestly, it is pretty crazy how the community sentiment is, especially because they just entirely removed secret letter clues from the game. Like that was just
right?
such
that was crazy, bro. I can't believe they did that, bro.
It's not like I'm doing it
it's
right
insane.
Now. Like
like bro, and the thing, at least for me, what I noticed was that it didn't seem real that first day and the second day, because the hate that was being thrown at the game from, like you said, one of the extremes, one of the camps, just didn't make sense, bro. If you looked online, most of the things like you just said, bro, it was like, oh, they removed secret letters. I'm like, if you play for 30 seconds, you'll see that they're still in the game. So like, it just seemed so weird. But also, like you guys said, now after this whole week went by, it could be because other games had updates, who knows, or whatever it might be. But it's more relaxed now. Like if you go to the Reddit, if you go to like Discords, your streams, it's more laid back. Everybody's like, oh, look, now the game's better. And then with today's post, I don't think people have anything really much to say regarding how bad or whatever the game might be.
Yeah, exactly. If you just like take a minute and look at what actually was given to us in 1.1
Mhm.
versus what we didn't get, we got a lot of improvements in the game.
Oh, 100%.
We did.
I mean, when it comes to any of the negative feedback and the criticism, I do not have any qualms with it. The thing that I have had an issue with and have always been trying to battle are the people who are essentially just having these unreasonable expectations and also just literally discarding absolutely everything because their one like top shelf issue, their top button issue didn't get addressed.
Yep.
We just have so many people who seem to have one thing that matters to them. And until that
Everything
thing
else
gets
don't matter.
fixed, the game is dog shit.
Yeah, pretty
Yep.
much, pretty
Absolutely.
For
Have you
the
guys had any
sake
comments?
of
Yeah, go ahead.
for
go
the sake
ahead,
of
Mark.
for the sake of being critical for the game though, right? Like we just have to admit though, yeah, it was a pretty rocky start to 1.1.
100%.
Oh yeah,
The
absolutely.
the Steam not releasing,
That's like
probably the
That's
biggest
wild.
problem.
criticism. Yeah, that is the
Yeah.
main
The-
criticism.
That's
the launch
why.
was the launch was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it
Yeah.
all, and I have never sugarcoated in the first place. Like delayed updates. I mean, I was trying to remain positive in it during the first stream. I'm pretty sure, but that's just because I was
Bro, I had
excited
to
to get into the
restream when I
game.
found out it dropped after like 2.5 hours, man. I was just like,
Yeah.
no way, like,
Yeah,
I-
bro.
it was so bad.
I was
that
just
night.
excited to finally be getting into it. But man, it was kind of miserable because we were just sitting there, we were waiting, servers get delayed, and we're just kind of sitting there. It's, okay, what next? What next?
Yep. Staring at the
And-
loading screen, bro.
Literally,
Steam
bro.
release gets postponed. It's just like,
Yeah,
shit,
that
this
was-
is
that was
It
crazy.
was a bad night, that's for sure, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
Yep. And
And
I
then
like
they
how
also-
we
had
keep it
the-
real with that, bro.
The theater fumble, right? The
Yeah, the
fumble in the
bugs.
Peter
theater.
fumble, bro. Like,
Yeah.
That
Bugs
I think that's
were
what
pretty
set it
bad.
off. That's what set off the explosion of like negativity.
Well, it was the theater that was definitely a big driver, but it was just also a mixture of like the other optimization issues, like lag on some lower or mid-low systems, and also the secret letter spot.
Yeah.
People
And
had
to be
fair,
literally
though, that
zero
first
patience
day-
or chill. when it
Yeah,
came to
bro.
that.
But to be fair though, that first day you would try to do a commission, and not all of them, but you'd finish a commission and it would close out the game for you. Like it would just crash. That
Oh,
first
that didn't
day.
happen to
I
me.
didn't have that at all.
Yeah,
I've
bro.
never had
It
that
wasn't
before.
happening to me. And then everybody started telling me in the chat. I did a couple, it was fine. But if you didn't get out of the mission right away or like click continue right away, it would actually crash the game for you. So like
Damn.
there was some issues
Mhm.
for sure on that first launch. But I don't know if you guys have gotten the messages on your videos where some random, like, because we say, oh, they did all these optimizations and all these things that make the game better with 1.1, and there has to be the random guy. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you. What optimizations? What did they improve with 1.1? Like,
Yeah.
bro, like,
Yeah,
what are
they
we
did-
talking about?
They
Just
dropped a whole
hold
thread
the
on me.
entire ancient scroll of new additions, changes, optimizations to be like,
Yup.
read.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's crazy how the misconception with this patch has been.
I thought you were gonna say a whole ancient scroll on my comment section from this one guy. It just you click the comment and it's like the whole
Bro,
comment
I can't even
section's
bother to
gone.
read that, man. Like, if it's
I know,
those
me too.
super,
Like,
super long
okay.
ones, man, like-
But yeah, man, it's been interesting. And then from there, we would move on to what we just said, the whole drama with theater, bro, because that was a giant thing. And I'm sure all of us at one point either got, like, I've seen videos from a lot of y'all, you know, whether it was you guys clearing with like Outsider. I seen Amazing also posted a video clearing with like purple wedges, Morph cleared with freaking truffle. So like we all posted videos clearing it, not saying that it was easier than ever, that it was easy, just saying that it was doable. And I'm sure we all got some backlash. So what's y'all take regarding the whole theater before it got fixed and to after it got fixed and the players' response on that regard?
Well, I definitely think that prior to the fixes, it was definitely pretty rough. Now, the earlier stage of the theater, those, like, you still should not have had an issue with them. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think it's a hot take at all to say that if you were gated on the first 3 stages of the theater, 2 months into the game, I think you might have just had a bit of a skill issue.
Yeah. Agreed.
But when it came to the later stations of the Immortal, I definitely could see people having some issues. Now, I will say, considering the buff or the debuff was applying to abilities when it should have only applied to weapons, and I'm clearing with a weapon character with primarily purple wedges and just the essentially staples, using an entirely entire roster of just free units, no limited stuff, period. I think that is probably fine.
Yeah.
Especially post updates to it. But the other part of it is that I don't think that people are really changing up their setups to adapt, because Rebecca is actually a really, really good support unit for just dealing with all of the removal of the damage resistance effects. And that is probably one of the big things that people are getting messed up on, is the enemy clear stages rather than the bosses. So they're probably just like going in with their usual setups, like full damage max ones, and not really adjusting to the actual effects of the theater. And I think that was definitely a big problem going into it.
So in my experience, because I was on the side of hating on. Okay, you guys all know I hate theater. I've always hated it, and the just the general buffs and debuffs of this theater. We talked about it last time. It's actually it's supposed to be the hardest theater because of the debuffs and the buffs. Like, we're getting one really good buff, the attack speed and skill speed. That's very good, but the other one ain't that great for at least the way I play. Right, it is great for like weapon, or like, what do you call it, like psyche characters with consonance weapon builds. So I was on the side that I was playing with Truffle, and it was an absolute painful experience. As I was clearing, I cleared act up to act 8, I think, and I couldn't go further. And then I was like, all right, you know what, I read the buffs, I got Fushu, and I was able to clear act 8 and 9, and then I hit, I think, I cleared 9 and 10, and then I reached 11, and that flying boss was really, really difficult for me. So I think I agree that it was mostly the problem with the debuff working, right? It was working on other things besides the weapon damage. It was working on skill damage. Also, it was artificial like difficulty in my part because I was using Truffle, and hard-headedness from me. I have to beat it with Truffle the whole time in my stream. They're like, just use Psyche. Just use no Psyche. So I made a video on it. You guys saw my reaction. Maybe I was very critical with the game, and theater in my part was like, I think they made a mistake with the debuffs a little bit.
Oh, 100%, I agree.
It was a little like,
It's way too
especially
much.
for 1.1, it was a chance for new players to try out the game. And I was thinking, all right, I don't mind it if they make this game mode harder in the future, like after 1.1, maybe after queso, because like this was a really good chance for the game to like garner a bigger audience. So it having that rocky launch hampered on that a bit. But hopefully after the changes that we received today, that's actually a massive, massive good news that I woke up to. I think it's gonna. I mean, there are new players. Like, I have people in my comments on my videos saying, "Oh, I'm a new player. What can I do? This. It's making me think about making a video to teach, like 1.1 new player guide. Blah 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 blah. So that's a good thing. Theater was a disaster, but it's okay now after all the fixes.
I think for me, mostly for like people trying to clear it, bro, it was a build diff, man. Like, I had friends that they tried it the night it dropped, and some of them didn't clear feature repertoire, and like they're like trial rank 58, 59, right? And then you have some of them that cleared with like, I think maybe up to like act 8, and they're even less level, or even maybe they are maybe trial 60, right? But I think at the end of the day, it was a build diff thing, because I literally showed them, like, put this on this character, put this on this character, do it again, and the experience is, like, night and day. And even on my live stream, when I did it the night of, my Fina didn't have Prismatic Neon on, and the moment I put that on, my Psyche, like, it just felt like it was, like, easy mode. Like, I don't know what happened, but, like, I didn't have that on because I had my AFK farming Fina build, and, like, because I had that, it messed up the, like, the whole, like, buff that she provided from Prismatic Neon. I didn't have that. So the moment I had that on, it just felt like it was a breeze. And like, I think for most people, it definitely was like a build div situation. Yeah, you do need like trial 60 for like some of the higher stages of Act 12, like Acts 1 to 12, right? But featured repertoire, bro, if you are even less than like trial 60 at all, if you have like a full purple wedge setup, it's clearable. And I did it with Outsider on a trial rank 59 account. So I'm under level 2. So like my characters are level like 70 on that stage, right? And like it's doable. So yeah, I think the whole thing with like HP inflation as well, like it was way too quick to do the amount they did. But like, you know, again, like I think with this type of game, it's like people want a reason to build their wedges, and like they've just been given a reason. You know what I mean? And I was
On the cool side.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, my bad, man. On the cool side, I just wanted to say that being like a player that played long, though, it was a really cool experience to try to figure it out, like finding ways to clear it. Like people in the community sending me, just stance break it, use the grenade launcher and the other gun. That was like, I did that, and I was like, oh boy, I didn't know you could do it this way.
Yeah, again, like it's like build diffs, like different strategies you could do, right, with certain characters. So like, yeah, and again, like I don't think the HP inflation would be as big of an issue if this was like not as much as they did, I guess, in a sense, right? I think because I think like the end of feature repertoire, the enemies are level 80. So like you're under leveled with like anything from like trial, like even 55 to 60, like unless you're like if you're at 60, obviously you'd be at like level 80 characters. But if you're under trial rank 60, you still have 70 as your like character cap. So you're under leveled and you do way less damage when you're under leveled in theater and even just like fighting enemies in general. So yeah, that was probably like, you know, the big like thing for me is like they shouldn't increase the HP as much as they did. But like eventually, yeah, like it's just gonna happen so people have a reason to like build their characters, right? I think that's what it came down for me. And like, and again, I was a proponent of like, I don't really think they need to make it hard. And considering what they said in the latest Luna Bulletin 2, it seems like they're gonna make that like the easy mode, I guess. And then if you want the hard mode, you push the like past X12, right? That's pretty much what they kind of confirms.
That's why they're adding the skip thing too.
Yeah, exactly.
Skip thing's gonna be so good, man. I love just cutting down on the grind even more because they already cut the amount of stages that we're gonna need to go for to get all the regular rewards in the immersive theater by 24 stages. And now we're cutting it by another 6 stages if you've cleared the previous one. So that means we're only gonna need to clear 30 stages.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. We've literally cut the amount of grind on the regular theater clears in half within 2 patches.
Yeah, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, this theater, bro, there's a lot to be said. So the first thing, at least for me, is we can all agree that capping how much damage you can do on an enemy per hit, that was a horrible way to implement difficulty increase. That was crap. I think we all called it from the first time they even told us about this before 1.1 even dropped.
Literally,
With that said, though, I want to point out a few things. So when the patch came out, we all instantly noticed that it was harder. We were dealing less damage to the enemies. But even with all that said, I went in there with the same build that I've been using with my Psyche for the past like month. I haven't improved it. All my damage dealing wedges are all +5. That's it. I only have 2 wedges that have a +10. One of them is like wings inspo, and I think the other one was dual, right? But everything else from the build is at +5. And I went in while talking with the chat, barely paying attention, and I cleared all the way to 12. Just relax. I noticed that it was harder, but not to the point where I couldn't clear, right? Then people started saying, oh, I used to clear, up to wave or, act 20, and now I can't even clear act 2. I don't know how that's even possible because it's like, Amazing said, it has to be a build like issue. It has to be something. Absolutely. I looked at Gotcha Smack stream. They were telling him that it was super hard. This dude has an account with no dupes on his character. He's under level 60. He doesn't have dupes on his weapons. He has purple wedges all the way across pretty much. He has skills that are level like 6, maybe some level 7, maybe some level. Point is, he doesn't have an account that's anywhere near what a person that's actively playing the game is going to have. This man went in there and was 1 second, like literally 1 HP away from clearing Act 3. So I'm like, how is it that people are saying they're having this much of a difficulty issue to the point where they're saying it's like the most horrendous, difficult situation? So I think it was harder, but not to the point where people were making it seem. And not only that, the thing that I keep saying that actually bothers me is all these people complaining that they can't beat it when we still had 26 days to beat theater and get all the rewards. It's like, why are y'all attacking it so bad? Like it's the most impossible thing ever, but you have almost an entire month to improve your build and get your content done. I'm glad the devs did fix those issues because I didn't even notice those issues were happening. So whoever did, the devs instantly replied that same day, improved that, and fixed all of that. And bro, the moment they fixed that, I cleared up to Act 12. I did up to Act 13, and then I noticed that it was getting a little bit harder, right? They did that change. I went up to Act like 16 or something like that, 18, I don't know, without even trying again. So clearly there was some things that were making it harder than it needed to be, but not to the point that people were making it seem. And I do agree with what Morph said, though. This was a chance for the devs to like get a lot of players. So the simple fact that it was a lot harder than previous theaters, and you had people, I guess, doom posting it, did scare a lot of players away, thinking it was going to be too hard to get the latest character. So I think they should have made it either the same difficulty or maybe even easier than previous iterations. But that was just my take regarding theater. There was a lot of controversy on it, and it all summarized to a build issue, bro.
That
Now,
and so some people were sorry, one last.
Hey, go ahead,
Some
go ahead.
people were complaining that playing theater on mobile was actually a lot harder this time. I don't know what that's about because I don't play it on mobile.
Well,
But there's that.
I could see that happening. There have been some input issues, and I think there might have been like some heavy optimization issues in the first day or two of the launch on mobile.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just mobile being mobile. Of course, that is something we do obviously have to consider as PC players. We will have an input advantage over other people. So a lot of the people that we could be talking about maybe obviously don't have M and K. So it could be like, oh yeah, it's super easy. Just like click the buttons for us. And for them, it's just like, I don't have enough fingers for this.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Okay, now guys, I want to ask you something because this one has been a little bit controversial, I would say. There was a lot of controversy around this patch. We know that, but this one was another one that generated a lot of, in my opinion, misinformation and like straw man arguments. And it stems from the monetization of the game that we had that we have right now going on in 1.1. We could talk about the general monetization, a lot of the things they added, but the one thing that I really want us to talk about is the amplification stimulator, the item to dupe up your wedges. That was posts on Reddit about this particular issue and how the new demon wedges that got added only were added so they could sell this one item. Yeah. So, yep. So what is y'all take regarding the monetization with 1.1 and this particular item, amongst others?
I'm gonna be honest, this is like the biggest, most like fake outrage I've ever seen. It's literally the exact same as the weapons and the characters. Why are we complaining about this now?
Yep.
Like, and the take that I always just keep seeing repeated over and over again is just like, well, this means that they're gonna make grinding out the wedges even more painful now in order to incentivize you buying it. So are they going to do the exact same for the characters of the weapons as well? Because it's been like that since launch.
Yep.
It's just the logic train just does not go for it. It's like they have this weird kind of PTSD from worse, more predatory games. And of course, like we are obviously interacting with gacha players, so that is... I could see why that would be the case for some of them, but at the same time, I don't really see that happening. Especially because we're also getting these materials for free from events. So,
I mean, yeah.
That's how I feel about it personally.
Yeah.
So me personally, like I mentioned this on my video. I said, I just laughed at it. I mean, you guys are dumb as fuck. I mean, it's a 3-hour thing. You can only buy it 3 times a week. One amplification wedge equals to 1 hour of farming. I mean, that's not some. I mean, that's a lot to some people, but that's not a lot if you look at it that way. And the fact that they put a
it's also without books as well. An hour without books.
Hour without books. Also, it's expensive as it's an expensive item. So it's like if they wanted you to buy it, they'd make it cheaper. Right? And it's limited. If they really wanted it to be pay to win, you'd have an endless amount that you can buy. But it's only 3, which to me is like I don't need to buy this. Like it's so expensive that I don't even consider buying it, in my opinion.
Also, for being completely honest, spending your money on the books would be better anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Spending on your money on the books would probably be better.
Yeah, it gives you better results for sure.
I mean, it's in the game because let's be honest, the game needs monetization from somewhere. The whales will buy it, of course. The whales will buy it. So let the whales buy it, right? The plankton can just sit there because we need the whales anyway. No game like this can survive without the whales. So let the whales have their whaley items. But it's not even that big of a whaley item because it's limited to 3 pieces. So I don't know. Like it's not a big deal to me. So, I was very adamant on my like pay to win. What are you talking about? There's nothing pay to win at all. So
what was the reason, guys, at the beginning of the game that people said like about DNA? They were like, "Oh, this game has nothing for me to buy. I have no reason to spend my money." And like, that was a criticism of the game, by the way. That is a criticism of the game that you had nothing to buy. Is that what we're hearing? And then they finally add an item that like, okay, you can progress a wedge if you want. You can buy that. Okay. Yeah, the whales are gonna buy it, but like people are exactly like Furo said it already, like, bro, they're acting like we didn't already have that. Like there's a reason why this game is structured this way is you pay to get everything before someone else that puts the time in. It's time versus money. That's what it really is at the end of the day. You can sink thousands of hours on this game and you will get the same amount of strength of your wedges as someone that buys it all today if they were able to, right? So what's the problem with that? They like, what would be the reason for someone to spend it anyway? They need a reason, and the reason is they get it before you. Like, you know what I mean? Or for anyone that's farming it. That's their whole reason. And then one of my people in my chat, Grim, he mentioned also the like Fuxu pack. Bro, people were saying that pack is bad, but compared to just outright buying Fuxu, it's like you save $20, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the one for like, I think it's like you get like 1 thought a day, and you can buy it like 6 times, right? You get 5, right? I mean, bro, it's technically cheaper too. I mean, they're trying to make more things that are like, if you're like, let's say you got Fuxu like I2 and you're like 2 or 3 off, right? Or 4 off, whatever. You're like, damn, maybe I buy this, $5 pack. It's like, it's smart monetization. If anything, I think it's good that they do that. Personally, like, obviously, like, there's gonna be like a conversation about, what is worth buying, like what it actually is worth the price, right? Obviously people are gonna have that conversation, but like the devs are trying to put like more like monetization in their game, and people are now complaining when before the main critique was this game has nothing for me to buy. So I don't know, man. That's my opinion on it. So
yeah, no, I'm on the same boat, bro. Like it's like you just said, literally I was 4 thoughts away from getting another dupe of Fuxu.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm gonna just buy the pack.
Why not, right? It's cheaper. It's cheaper than buying all the thoughts like with the like actual Foxing Plumial, so why not, right? Like,
So I was like, I'm gonna just do it, give the devs a little bit of money, and it helps me out, and I like it. $5, boom. Waited the 3 or 4 days, and then I had my extra dupe of Fuxu, and I was happy with that. Now, regarding the extra item, first off is like you guys said, it doesn't take weeks to grind out the new wedges. And what people seem to not understand is that the item that they added into the game, one, like Morph said, he said it perfectly, it's limited, right? So let's say you get into the game right now and you're someone that doesn't want to farm, right? You pay what, like $100+ for those 3 freaking things, and what, you're gonna use it to get a wedge to +7? Really? Like that's what you're gonna do right now? No, you usually would save something like that to get a +9 to a +10, so you still got to farm. Not only that, this item is not meant for like the free to plays, the low spenders. This is a luxury item.
Yeah.
Like Agent said, it's literally better to buy the books. You buy the books, you get more bang for your buck. The only thing that item saves is so you don't have to play the game. You don't have to farm. You don't have to go do nothing. You buy the item, you can log off and dupe up your wedge, and that's it. So you're paying to not play the game. It's literally a luxury, and it's just added there. It doesn't hurt nobody. And most of the people that I see complaining about it have said two things, and one of them is pretty funny. The first one is they think that this item should be less than 99 cents because Warframe has items like this for less than 99 cents. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? An item with this value for less than 99 cents is ridiculous, bro. Like that pretty much kills the entire point of grinding the game, bro.
Yeah, literally.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
I personally don't get it. And the second one that I've seen people complaining about is they're worried about other people spending. They're mad about this item, but they don't even buy like the battle pass. They're free to place, but they're mad saying that it's too expensive. And they'll say that if it was
so much more value.
Exactly. It's so much more valuable. But if this item was cheaper, maybe I'd buy it. Bro, you're not even buying the battle pass. What are you talking about?
It's coming from free-to-play players that are not spending anyway, and they're the ones complaining about it. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's the wrong type of audience, man, for complaining.
Absolutely.
I want to take one more note, just one more, because Agent said something about some people commenting saying that, oh, this is pay to win because now people they're gonna make the new wedges harder to get. The new wedges are harder to get because they are just that damn powerful. Have you guys gotten the new wing inspo volition thing?
I haven't even farmed
I got that. I got that to +10. Holy, that thing is insanely good.
Yeah.
It's basically double damage of my truffle or something. It's that powerful.
And the other part about it is what a lot of people aren't really considering when it comes to like the wings inspo volition. You aren't spending clues on that. So
yeah,
all
there's
the
no
grinding they
letters.
It's entirely clue positive. You are going to be getting like so much from that, which cuts down on some of the grind because that's more clues that you can spend on other things.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, and obviously the other aspect is just because they are that strong. Now, I do understand the concern because, again, if there was a game where they made it like intensely ball-crushingly long, painful, difficult to actually grind this stuff out and then put it in there, then yes, I would see the problem. But this game is so far away from that.
Yo, CJ, I got a question quick.
Like,
are we gonna talk about wedges?
Yeah, that's one of the points. Yeah,
I'll save it for there.
I actually think that's the next point that we're going to talk about.
Because when it comes to the grindiness of games, at least when it comes to like free to play grinding game stuff, the type like the danger zone would be somewhere around here, and like Duet Night Abyss is like here. So we've got a lot more steps before we get into the point where it's like, okay, they're putting this in there because they made the grind absolutely atrocious.
Also, could I add to that as well, real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, DNA is not like a competitive like PvE game in a sense. Like you're not like ranking higher than someone because you like play more. You know what I mean? There's no like ranking system
no ladder.
for that. Exactly. There's no like ladder. So like, why are people caring about other people's accounts and what they buy or what they farm, right? Like it should be you care about what you're farming, right? Like if it was like a PvP game or something like that, or they had like a reason to care about your rank, then like I could understand why people would be mad about that pack. But there's really no reason because they're just mad that whales can afford to buy it. I guess I don't know. Like what's really the argument at that point, right? Like
I was actually just watching a video where somebody mentioned the fun of your game. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. The fun of your game will die the moment you start comparing your account with somebody else's account.
Oh yeah,
that's very true.
But people, especially with this game, bro, I think the biggest issue, first off, we can all agree is the way they market it, because the community is split, right? Between like the typical players and like your gacha players that want everything quicker. But the big issue when it comes to it, you can literally point the issue towards any complaint that anybody has right now towards this game, and it all summarizes to they don't want to grind the game. That's it. You just don't want to grind. For whatever reason, maybe you don't find the grind engaging, you don't like the characters, or you think it's too long, whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, people simply don't want to grind the game. Tower's too hard. Oh, you got 26 days left. to grind your account. Yeah, but like I gotta play to do that. I don't want to do that. Oh, these wedges they're a pain to get. They put this item, I'm gonna have to buy it. Or you could just grind for the wedges because they're free and you could do them in a few hours every level. Oh, but that means I gotta play the game, bro. Damn. It all comes down to people having an issue with like grinding the game. That's what's causing the major problem regarding a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with that, I actually want to hear your thoughts on the brand new wedges. What do you guys think about the brand new wedges? Not only about the wedges, but how they're adding them into the game.
Personally, and I think everybody agrees here, I'm not a big fan of rolling them out elements by element. I would have much rather have seen them roll out, okay, we're doing Wings Inspo, we're doing like centerpiece, we're doing the other Wings Inspo, we're doing the other centerpiece for just all the elements.
Okay.
Or just releasing them all at once, but of course, obviously, they do have to make sure they are able to keep up with Demon Wedge releases. So we don't know exactly how much they have ready at the current moment, and I imagine they are playing a bit safer with the content releases as of right now, as they're still probably figuring things out. I do like how strong they are.
Yeah.
Especially because there are a lot of elements that will definitely benefit from having a Wings Inspo wedge like that, especially when we take a look at Electro characters and Umbro characters, and maybe a bit more of the Pyro characters as well. Oh, I could see all of them just getting some major benefits from that. Or maybe a bit less Pyro characters because they do have Blaze Inspo, now that I think about it. But beyond that, the new centerpieces as well, alongside getting some stat support wedges confirmed, definitely will shake things up a lot more, seeing what goes into the future. Because we could wind up getting certain supports that wind up getting like crazy buffs because of a particular wedge. Like, let's say there's Wings Inspo Morale that gives morale as a support stat for, let's say, Pyro. All of a sudden, that makes Margie like 2 times better because
Yeah,
she could
well,
be
I
providing
like
morale
that,
to a
though.
lot of units. Yeah,
I really like that if that
Mhm.
happens.
yeah. So I'm really excited to see what they do with them more. I'm a little bit disappointed that we're only getting them in batches per element, but I do understand why the release may be scheduled like that. Now, personally, I really hope we get some more weapon wedges, especially like some of the stats that have been neglected. Very much so regarding the ranged weapons, because those things,
Yeah.
weapons
they
in
suck.
general, are they're really strapped for options in terms of wedges.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's really my whole opinion on it.
They're cool. They're really cool weapons, though. Like that submachine, the submariner gun, that infinite ammo thing. That's so fun to play.
Oh
But
yeah,
it like
dude.
it just
It deals
tickles
no
the
damage,
Does no
man.
damage, bro. It does
It
no
deals no
damage.
damage. Like, even among the weapons that I've tested, that one just does no damage. Even at S5, it still does no damage.
Yeah.
So okay, so for the wedges, yeah, I don't like that it's element per element, like elemental batches. Not a huge fan of that. Really not a huge fan of that. Like I mentioned, I wish that they saved, like, just release it all in one go. A big Duet Night Abyss 2.0 patch, massive resurgence of players, blah blah blah. But if it's gonna go down this way, I can live with it. Um, the power of the wedges, they're good. I mean, it's stats basically. They're stat boosters, which is nice, which is fine. However, I did want a little bit more, but then that kind of leaves me hoping in the future we're gonna get that red quality wedge that's just gonna change up the way our characters play. That's kind of what I wanted. But if it's just what we're getting right now, then I can live with that. When it comes to the requirements of farming the demon wedge, I already said it. They are powerful wedges, even though it is element specific, which some people are saying, oh, I don't want to put in all that effort because it's just for one element. Yeah, but what if your favorite character is in that element, right?
Yeah.
So then you put in the effort. And the effort, I will tell you, it kind of pays off. It just, what you just see that burst of sudden power on that character. It feels good. It hits that dopamine very, very well. There is one complaint. Uh, the center wedge is a little bit, oh my god, it's a pain to rank up. We do get a lot of gelatins. Yeah, we do get a lot of it. It's a lot more Luno coin farm intensive. It's another grind thing that you gotta do. And if you do max one of these center wedges out for your element team, let's say the Anemo one right now, then you'll have more characters that can slot this in, and you'll have a bit more flexibility with the character to have multiple builds, like a skill based build, weapon damage build. I get that, but it is quite painful to grind because it is 20 gelatin thingies, weapon character track shift models
Mhm.
to max that out. So yeah, it is kind of heavy. Even for me, when I think about it, I'm like, am I really gonna spend 20 things on this thing? Maybe I'll save it for my actual favorite elemental team, which is Electro. So that's just my take. Other than that, I like the new wedge. I do hope for weapon wedges so that they come more online. I mean, if we look at what's happening, we got Fina, very good weapon damage supporter. We got I6 MC, very good weapon damage supporter. Um, we're getting Queso next, weapon damage based character. So hopefully we get some weapon support. So that's it.
I feel like I'm a little negative on the wedges personally, but this is coming from like the mind of like I think they kind of just outright power creeping Wings Inspo is like I don't know how to feel about it. I understand it is locked to a certain element, but it is just like so much better than Wings Inspo, man. It's so sad. Like the new Wings Inspo we got, it has pretty much what base Wings Inspo had, but just extra stuff, right? And like I think for me, if I wanted more like newer wedges, I would want more like unique passive wedges. Like I like Ravaging Thunder. I like Devouring Wildfire. Like I like those type of passes where you get a stat and then it also gives you like a kind of a passive in a sense, right? Like I think those types of wedges should be like done more so than like oh, damage reduction, skill damage dealt. You get skill efficiency, max sanity. Like they just stack a bunch of like effects on one wedge so then I don't know. I feel like for like build variety too, I think also having more like passive oriented wedges would be a little bit smarter for the longevity of the game. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean I understand why they're doing it the way they are. They're obviously trying to push Psyche and like min max the Psyche, especially with the way they have the wedges like handled. Also like the middle slot wedges, I think 4 of like the certain track slot is a little too much for some builds. Like I know like for outsider, you actually just like you'd probably just run volitions just to get that resolve middle slot. That's how much it's gotten. Like if you want like a dedicated weapon platform outsider, it probably is just better now you go full volition anyway, like just cause that middle slot gives so much resolve, right? If you were to min max it. So I don't know. I think they definitely like kind of hamper build variety in my opinion. And I think more like passive oriented ones would be a little bit better. But in terms of what we got, I'm not mad about the grind. I'm mostly just mad that they didn't do like anything and they just powercraft inspo, like Wings inspo. That's not how I feel about it, but yeah, I'm a little bit more negative on it, but that's my like unfiltered thoughts.
Well, the deal
Okay.
with Wings Inspo is that it's gonna be a generally like weaker wedge, but it will obviously be something that if you upgrade, it will be usable on everyone.
Yeah, it is universal. It's just like I
Mhm.
think them adding like, oh, now this Wings Inspo does skill damage, like increases your skill damage or like gives you more resolve or like things like that is kind of a lazy way to power creep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they could have done like a more like maybe like a passive one where like I don't know, like I don't know, like it's just like more worded like in the same way as like Prismatic Neon, like Devouring Wildfire, Ravaging Thunder, like mods like that where they have like kind of conditional effects and like kind of passives in a sense. I think are more like unique as well for builds. So like
Okay.
that's kind of like my main like thoughts on it. Yeah.
So when it comes to me, right, I have a lot of opinions regarding these wedges. And the first thing is the only problem that I have with how they release the wedges is the fact that I feel that they're behind on schedule. I have no problem with them releasing one element at a time if it's on schedule. But like right now, right? For example, we got a Nemo wedges. and that was Psyche. Right now we have Fushu, which is Hydro, and if the next batch of wedges is Hydro, by the time they drop them, we're gonna have Lumino in the theater. So I feel like they're behind one element because of how long it took them to launch this. That's my only problem with how they release the wedges, and why I don't have a problem with them releasing one at a time is because I feel that it's kind of like, even though it's not, it's the gacha formula where they release a new character and they release the set for that character. I feel that if they would have released all of those wedges at the same time, it would have been a little bit overwhelming for a lot of people, having so many things to farm, so many different options. And at that point, it would have been more of a conversation of, it did power creep Wings Inspo. Now, personally, I don't think it power crept Wings Inspo because, like Agent said, you can use them still on everything that hasn't gotten their current best in slot. And I also think when we look at those new wedges, the reason that there's a lot harder to grind than others, or more tedious to grind than others, is because how strong they are. They're very strong when you compare them to like everything else. And personally, I think Wings Inspo, even at plus 10, the regular Wings Gold Wings Inspo is a beginner wedge. I don't think you should be farming Wings Inspo. I think that's a byproduct of farming Covenanters, farming Griffins, farming Duel. You're farming all of those that are really impactful wedges for your account, and you just casually end up with the resources to get a plus 10 Wings Inspo. And I think that that wedge is like a starter wedge that's probably one of the first wedges that most people will get to plus 10 just to help their account. And that's why it's so easy to get. When you compare it to how not difficult, but how much harder it is to get the new wedges and how much more resources you need, I think they balanced how strong those wedges are with how much time you got to put into them to get them, right? If they were really easy to get, it would be kind of weird because of how strong they are. So that's my only issue regarding pretty much those new wedges. The fact that I feel that we're always going to be like one behind. We're going to be on Lumino Theater and we're going to be getting like Hydro wedges, and then we're going to be on Fusion Theater and we're going to be getting Lumino wedges, and it's never going to be like on point with the new character and what we're going to build. And that's the only real gripe I have. I have no problem with them releasing them one at a time. And it actually gives me time. Like, let's say right now, I don't feel like grinding for Psyche's wedges. Maybe the next one will be something I want. It gives me time to save up all those resources, like the jellies, so forth and so on. Even though it's not hard to get them, especially now, it feels like the drops when I'm farming clues, everything feels like way better. I don't know if it's just me, but the drops feel better.
It's because the new farms.
Yeah, bro, the new farms are crazy. Like I went from having like 200 jellies to like 500 in a matter of just this week alone.
I think I'm still sitting at like
Yeah.
1200, or I think I'm at 1400 now.
Dude,
Yeah,
I I6 outsider and I got like 56 jellies. Let's go.
it's crazy how much we're getting now. So
That's a bad thing, by the way.
but it's insane how much, like, if you go farm some clues for like a day and you'll end up with a few hundred jellies. Not like thousands, but like a few
You will,
hundred
you will.
jellies. So yeah, that's my only issue regarding those wedges. I know it's tedious and I know it's annoying having to farm blue wedges to craft these wedges. Yeah, it's a whole process. But because of how strong they are and how impactful they are, it makes sense that it's a little bit longer. And hopefully in the future, especially seeing how the devs are willing to like change things, they'll add other ways for us to get wedges, whether it's, you know, a merchant or dismantle, whatever it might be. Nonetheless, for now, that's my only gripe with the wedges.
I can't wait for that demon wedge converter because I grinded out like so many lightning ones. I have like 100 ravaging thunders. What can I do with that?
Yeah. Just give us, I recommended this in a previous podcast, just allow us to trade 2 wedges of the same like variants. So like the Fenrirs, you could turn 2 Fenrirs into 1 Fenrir of your choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can even be like some kind of shop exchange. Some kind of merchant comes around every single day and is like, okay, this is what's for offer. And you could just be, that could just be part of like the daily rotation. You check in every day. It's like, okay,
Seer
oh crap,
from
oh crap,
Destiny.
they've got, or Zur or
Like
Banshee
Xur from
44.
Destiny, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Zur,
yeah.
yeah,
Zur,
Zur,
Banshee
Borrow.
44. Like,
Borrow,
just, you check in during the week or during the day, and she's like, oh, crap, he's got, let's say, Phoenix Wings. Let me trade in all of my Phoenix Nirvanas for the Phoenix Wings because I need that more.
Yep.
That'd be kind of dope. You have to look for him, like he's hidden in the map.
Yeah!
Different, like a random spot every like week.
Yeah, dude.
And I do see the devs, bro, with how they're willing to change core mechanics of the game. I absolutely see them adding that at some point, something along those lines. Now we've talked about some very interesting stuff regarding what they've added and the patch so far. We kind of touched up on this, but how has the experience been with the community, both your own community and people you've never seen before in your videos? Some of us have put out some controversial videos where we give our opinions, and even though they're not controversial, they're literally just talking about things and having conversations. Some people have deemed them controversial. They have deemed us as white knights or whatever it might be. How has that experience been for y'all with the community after 1.1?
I gotta say, when it comes to my own community, nothing's changed at all. We went from being the same group where we're heavily enjoying the game, we're looking to optimize and grind as much as possible, we're looking to master everything, and obviously understanding the flaws and issues and working through that with hope for the future. So we went from being that to still being that, because nothing really adjusted much in the game to changes from that position. Now, I will say when it came to a lot of the people who started showing up on videos, and it's only in the video comments, it's almost never in the live stream chats, and it's literally never inside of the Discord server. There have been people who have obviously been very critical of it, and to the point of, like, Doom Post hate, that stuff. And I do draw that line where if you're at the point where you are literally disregarding good things about an update because bad things still exist, that's the line I draw, like, critical to Doom Poster, where you are, like, literally denying the good things that happened because there are still bad things.
Yeah.
That's where it appears in my mind. Now, beyond the video comments, and I have definitely been cleaning them up a little bit more, I originally had this kind of idea where it's like, okay, it's just going to be like a full open forum, everybody can post their ideas, and it just got to a point where there were some commentaries where it's like, okay, this is your 7th comment where you're literally adding nothing beneficial to the discussion at all. You are literally just insulting me, insulting the community, and insulting the game. You don't need to be here.
Yeah.
I am doing a disservice to the people who are actually here, who are actually passionate about the game, by leaving you around. So I have started moderating more with that. And I honestly wish that the Reddit would do some more of that as well, because I did actually catch a few glimpses of some of their reactions to the, like, dev blog post, and I'm sure with the impression that we all have of it from before, you can hazard a guess of what some of those comments were looking like. But again, like, basically everybody who is, like, passionate and cares, the people who stick around the streams, the people who are in the Discord server, zero issues with them whatsoever, because of course they actually care. So I'll pass the talking stick along.
So for me, my community's fine. They're the same. Banger community doing gifted subs. Gift sub now. Okay, let's go. They're good. Like, my community's fun. They're funny. They're there for me mostly than the game.
Push your cream.
But yeah, they're there for that too. But like you said, it's mostly in the comments. It's mostly in the comment section of a video. And the way I make my content is I try to, like, steer away from drama stuff and, like, giving my takes on, oh, this game is fine. No, you're wrong. Doom posting this, that. The thing is, if I was smart, I would capitalize on it and actually just flood the videos on it, because that's actually the videos that get the most attention, which is annoying to me, but it works, right? You got to do it. So I made the video natural selection, and I've been rocking that same thumbnail for my lives for the past week. Uh, I'm more along the lines of thinking that this patch, as well as future patches, will finally filter out the people that enjoy this game for what it actually is. Because, we do have the gotcha people, we do have the Warframe people, and then we have just the person that searched online, new game that came out, da 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 da. Is this good? Because I get that now a lot. When I'm live, oh, I just saw this game. Is it any good? Is it fun? Of course, I'm still gonna say yes, and then they try it, and then they like it. They're there the next day. They're on my stream again. So it is to me like a filtration system that happened this week. Maybe a lot of them will come back when they deem the game to be worthy of their time. But to the people that actually think that it's already worthy of their time right now, that's the community that I'm now engaging with on my videos, on my Discord, on my lives, and I like it. So that's it. That's that for me. For in terms of that, there were those people that you guys said it like I'm reposting this. This is my comment from another video. It was that CJ guy, and then there it is. Posted the same freaking comment on CJ's video, on Agent's video, on Amazing's video, and it's now on my video. So yeah, I did not delete those because I found them to be comedic. But it is whatever it is. I will delete a lot eventually because I only have one video that's like that. So I'll take a look at it. It's a lot. There's a lot of comments on that one video. But yeah, I'm good. Take it away, amazing.
Yeah, so y'all know the video I made.
Yeah.
And bro, I will say, like, I definitely did not handle it right. I'll say what I need to say first about it. I didn't handle it right the way I did it. It was mostly just my thoughts, right? And it's coming from a place of like, I obviously like the game and like I wanted to succeed. So obviously I'm more of like, in the ballpark of like, oh, I can see like the issues, but like I'm still fine with the game. But as you guys know, that video got dislike bombed like crazy. And the thing is with that is I think most of it was just like people saw like the day one of the update and were like, okay, this is what this game's all about. Let me just see this guy's video where he's saying that the game doesn't deserve more hate, by the way. I didn't even title it like, yo, this game is still great. Like, I titled it, this game doesn't deserve hate still. And it was like, oh, this guy, bro, his name's Duet Night Amazing. He needs this to do good so he could, pay his bills. I'm like, bro, this is my second YouTube channel that would not even make close to the amount my main channel makes, okay? So that comment is so stupid to me. And like, bro, they think I like need this like for like my like career and stuff. It's like, man, like these guys don't know anything about it. So like that right there, the reason why I post for this game is because I enjoy the game. Like, I mean, I feel like that's for a lot of you guys too. Like, it's not necessarily like a thing of like, oh, I do it for the money or whatever. You actually just like enjoy the game, and like the money comes with that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So like
I
that,
mean,
yeah, like, and then I think the whole thing with the comments, I left every single comment. I didn't even hide a single one because that is just that video right there shows how like just it's just crazy the amount of doom posting that it was. I left every comment and I only like read through a few like the day after it came out, but I was just like, man, like I know 99% of the comments on that video are not people from my actual community. It's just people from Reddit that like, saw their like opinion on the update day one was like, oh, let me just hate bomb on this Duet Night Amazing guy. He has Duet Night in his channel, so obviously he loves the game. So like, I get it, and I'm not even like really mad about it personally. I'm just like, man, it's just sad that people are this misinformed to where my video is a 50% like to dislike ratio. That is sad. You know what I mean? So like, for me, that was like my whole thing with that. But other than that, like my own community personally has been fine. I mean, there is those like few people that like, yo, like you need this game for your career. It's like, okay, man, like, but nah. I mean, I'm so fine with it personally. Obviously, the real people playing the game, they're still in the comments, obviously liking the videos, all that. They're still there, and that's the community that I'm really making my videos for. But like the people that just like came in from like all the doom posting, it was a little too much, man. And again, like in that video, if you guys watched it, I wasn't even like saying like, oh, like there's nothing wrong with this update. There is literally, I don't know why this like, you know, deserves all this. Like I literally said like at the beginning, Steam was like, there's no like defending that. You know what I mean? There's literally no defending the Steam thing. There's no defending. I mean, that was pretty much it. Honestly, I think for me, that was like the only big gripe. And then like, sure, like obviously like optimization issues, right? Like those were like the main things. So like, yeah, but man, that's pretty much all I have to say, yo.
Right. It was fun. It was a fun day for me.
It was like a fun day because like I'm just like, bro, like ain't no way there's this. And if I had like over 300 comments on that video, yo. Like it's probably
I'll be honest,
I'd have to check again, but man. Like,
I watched like 3 minutes of it, then I just went to the comments and I just like laughed at everyone.
Yeah, bro.
No.
For me, it's been pretty much literally a mixed bag. So just like you guys, my community on stream and on Discord, they're great, amazing. I love them. I'll kiss them on their neck, everything. They're glorious people. Like they just come, have fun, talk, enjoy the game, chill out, grind. But when it comes to the comments, I don't know if you guys have watched some of my videos. I'm a little bit more colorful with my language when I'm talking to some of these people. So like I'll actually, you know, curse them out and I'll speak to them the same way they speak to us. And it's not because, oh, some people say, oh, you want to be a badass, and no, it's just the way I talk, bro. Like I'm from New York. It's just the way I talk. So oftentimes I talk to them the way that I think. If I'm gonna be real, if you're acting like a dumbass, I'm gonna call you a dumbass. Like it's just the way it is, right? If you have some stupid ass take on some videos, I'm gonna say you're a stupid ass dude. It's just the way it is. And when it came to some of the videos I posted, I've been very real, and I've also kept it very, very like equal with the way I talk about the game. If the devs did something bad, if the devs are doing something that could have been handled better, like you guys said, the Steam issue, that was complete mismanagement of however, like there's no excuse for that. That's just they were being like they weren't prepared. Like that's some weird management. So we call that out. The bugs, we call that out. But when it comes to a lot of all that other extra stuff that you're like, why are they even attacking the game this degree, like going this deep into it? I call all of them out, and I'm telling you, you guys will see entire Harry Potter books in my videos in the comments, bro. You'll see Harry Potter books in the comments from people going crazy. Like, bro, I've had to scroll down in comments, like just keep scrolling through one comment because it's so long. And a lot of people give me great opinions, whether they agree or disagree with me. They're very civilized. They'll tell me why they don't like the game. And I really appreciate people that can have stable conversations, even if they have completely different opinions to mine. But then there are some that will comment in 5 videos the same comment as to why I'm a piece of shit and I should die. And the game is going to like end of service next week. And those people, just like Agent said, I'm going to be the first comment I see from them and they're talking shit, I just start talking shit back. Like I'll make fun of them. I'll curse them out, blah, 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 blah. But then they'll drop the same type of comments in all the videos. I'm like, why are you still here? You've been talking crap for 5 videos straight. You clearly don't like the game. You clearly don't like me. Why are you still in my channel? Why are you still watching my videos?
Because it's fun, bro. It's hate watching.
Hating is fun.
Yeah, it's
bro.
hate watching.
Is fun, you know?
Yup.
Like, crazy.
And those people, then after I see like several comments from the same person that are stupid, like you're not telling me, oh, I don't agree with you because of this. You're just saying like I hate you and your mom is fat. I'm like, okay, great. You're getting blocked from the channel. Outside of that, you guys saw my one video. I literally told people, dislike my video, drop a hate comment, and let's continue with the video. Like whatever it is that you want, if you want to speak free in my channel and my streams, go ahead and do it. You can come to my stream and talk some shit. Like I don't care. But at least be smart about what you're going to say and have like foundation to what it is that you're saying. That's all I'm asking people. But overall, it's been good. And I will say over the last probably 3 days, it's been getting actually better than it's been before. Like we've seen a lot more interaction and people enjoying the game over the past 3 days more than ever, I would say.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Because people are done. People are tired of complaining. And they're still playing anyway.
Now Now, something that I do want to note is, funnily enough, I think you got more likes on the video that you told people to dislike than some of the other
Yeah.
times you covered like the 1.1 drama.
Yeah, bro. I told people to
Uh,
dislike it. I thought I was gonna get disliked bombed because of Amazing's video, because he got, bro, they
Yeah.
went off
It
on
was
him.
crazy on me.
Amazing,
No,
amazing
part of
took
it-
the hit for
Bro,
everybody.
part of
He
it,
took the
yo,
hit.
part of it is because my name is Duet Night Amazing on my channel. If my name was just
Oh,
Amazing,
yeah,
it
definitely.
would not gotten them like half the amount of freaking dislikes I had.
Yeah, bro, they went off on you. I was like, damn, bro. You know, I'm gonna
it
go
was
in
bad,
there
it
with the
was
homie,
bad,
bro.
like, yeah.
But the other thing
God damn.
that Amazing brought up that I definitely want to mention, because I have seen some comments like that about me, not on my channel, but about me on the Reddit, was that I need Duet Night Abyss to survive, to like
Oh,
Pay my
yeah.
bills and stuff. It's like, bro, what?
yeah, and beyond that, I just had some other people thinking that I am a partnered creator. I wish I was. Hit me up, please. I would love to be.
Please.
But
Yes.
I've been doing all this for the love of the game. I do not need Duet Night Abyss to have a successful YouTube career, especially with like my skill set, my personality, and how hard I work. If I put as much effort as I did into Duet Night Abyss into another game, I could
Yeah.
probably be
This is
like
Yeah,
this is
bro.
fact.
dead.
Like, there are way
I mean, if
more
I went to-
profitable,
if
like,
I
ways
went
to go.
into-
Like,
If I went to Helldivers like this, or if I went into what's it called?
Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders, yeah, like
Yeah.
this. I'd probably have a 20k sub channel with making, I don't know, 2k, 3k a month with sponsors on the regular.
Yep.
Mhm.
But I'm here because I like Duet Night Abyss. I want to play Duet Night Abyss, and I want to grow this channel through at least mostly or partly Duet Night Abyss, because I want this game to succeed and I want to be a part of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree.
But I mean,
Legendary starters.
if these guys are looking at a channel that went from less than 1,000 subscribers to 8k in 5 months, and they're saying, "Oh, he just needs the game to survive. Like this super niche game, he is entirely dependent on that."
Mhm.
You don't
It's-
know
it's
anything.
really stupid,
I'm
man,
just gonna be
like-
honest. You need to read a book.
Yeah, I agree, bro. It's not like we're out here making like 20,000 views every video every day, bro. We're getting
Yeah.
like 3, 4, 5,000 views on our videos.
3?
Normally, you know, 50, 60, 70 viewers. And they're thinking that we need this, and we're just like glazing the game because we need this. Is like, bro, I'm gonna be real. Just like you said, we could have swapped over to where wins meet with our work ethic, because we be uploading 1 to 2 videos, streaming every single day, and we could have probably gotten more views. I'm pretty sure,
yeah.
considering
Yeah.
that game has a
Yeah.
way bigger
Yeah.
player base.
Mhm.
But we like this game.
Yeah.
Like, we just want to play this game, have fun with it, and we take what we can while we're creating content from it.
Yeah.
So thinking that we're just gonna sugarcoat, bro, I'm gonna be real with you guys, and I'm sure you guys are the same way. If tomorrow a new game comes out, I play it and I enjoy it, and I upload a video and I get 20,000 views, and that keeps going for a week, and I'm getting 20, 30,000 views, what happened to DNA? That's the content that I'm gonna be uploading on the channel. That new game that's giving me 20, 30,
I'm gonna have to
40,000
rename my
views.
channel, bro. You know, like.
Yeah, bro. Like, if it's
Like-
talking about work and like making money, we'll just we're not glazing this game as people say. We're just keeping it real and giving the
Yeah.
game a chance, and we're talking about what we enjoy.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm with you on that 100%, bro. I don't need this either. I'm doing good right now, doing it, and I'm doing better than I was doing when I got my channel back and I started covering Wuthering Waves. But even then, like you said, bro, with the work ethic we're putting in, we could do this at least on this same scale on a lot of other games right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Now, I want to ask you guys, we've had our time, right, to play the new 1.1 update. We've played
Mhm.
the story, even if we haven't finished it, some of us. We've played a lot of it. We've played the new area. We've played the new tile sets. What's your opinion on the Huaxu related content? So it could be everything. The whole concept of all the 1.1 content. What do you guys think about it?
Okay, so I'm just gonna hit everything kind of like rapid fire. The story, I think, was acceptable. I don't think it was particularly good, but I also don't think it was particularly bad. A lot of parts definitely dragged on a bit longer than they really should have. And they didn't really do a great job of introducing the region in its introductory chapter, in my opinion, and kind of left the Huaxu region in general feeling a bit less developed than uh Hyperborea did, even within that first full like prologue and chapter that we had with it. But moving on, but I will say there were still some really, really good parts of the story. Basically, everything to do with Ji Liu was great. Everything to do with the black market characters was great. And I am still excited to see what happens next, especially with the twists we saw at the end. Moving on to the next bit of content, obviously the new region. It looks amazing. Now, the open world does feel a little bit. I don't know. It feels a little bit barren right now. Still, I do like the new sort of like puzzles, but I don't really get that feeling where there's essentially something to do around every corner. I definitely feel like there's still uh some dead space, which definitely feels a little bit more than before because of just how much larger the area is. Personally, I would really like to see them do more with the open world, make it its own sort of mode with like random events out there, elites, bosses that can randomly appear and will give you like a bunch of loot if you go and take them down. Maybe even a full raid boss where like everybody in the server can work together to take it down.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. But beyond that, the new tile sets and the new encounters that we've got for the commissions, all of them great. Oh, like a lot more open, a lot more space, and no enemies getting stuck anywhere. It is. I have zero complaints, nothing but praise for the new tile sets, and I think that's about it from what I want to cover when it comes to the new region in specific.
New region story, solid 7, typical 7. Um, the region itself, really good looking.
Mhm.
I mean, they checked out the box for the mandatory Eastern looking area that every game has because China likes that. They want to promote China, be good, whatever. Duet Night Abyss did that already. Uh, really good job. I love the day and night cycle, by the way. Nobody talked about that. That was really cool. Um, yeah, the fishing that you have to fish at night, fish during the day specifically. That was like nice little touches because some fish are sleeping during the day. I like that. What else was really good? The commissions, I think, is the most banger one. That was like the biggest W when it came to how nice the area looked. Because I don't know about you guys, but I was tired of living in a cave in the level 65 commission and being or seeing a nice new setting outdoors. The level 50, CJ made a video on it. Shout out to CJ, it's right there. He made a video on the best Luno coin farm. I used it and found that it is the best. And yeah, nothing gets stuck. It's so easy to clear stuff there. And it looks amazing. You drop in the same map, the thing is right in front of you, you just go to it, bang, you start doing the thing. If anything, they gotta rework the other commissions to do the same thing. Just drop us in the same room, and then bang, we do the activity. It makes it so much better. Saves you like 10, 15 seconds. Really, really good region. Like literally nothing to complain about. Even with the story, nothing to complain about. Only the first part, which is why did you leave your boy outsider without any word? That was the only weird part. I was like, okay, I guess he's gone now from the story for now. And then you see him in one of the boat thing. He's like there. He doesn't say anything, and you just go through. So that's it. Other than that, huge W in the region and the commissions.
Yeah, I mean, Furious and Morph pretty much said it all. I haven't finished the story personally yet. Like, bro, I was gonna like get it all done day one, but man, I'm trying to actually like read it. So like, I didn't want to just like skip all the dialogue and all that this time around. So, yeah, I've been going through it. I'm like an hour and a half to 2 hours in now. About. So the last thing that happened. Well, I don't know. Like CJ, how much have you done to the story so far as well? Like, just so I know
Oh,
like
bro,
if I can say anything.
I've probably done, I'd say, like 3 hours of the story.
Okay, so pretty much the last thing that
You're
happened for
done.
me was the Lord Argent like pulled up to like stop the Sable Beyonds from attacking the like Everspring. That's like the last thing that happened, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, so far the story's been pretty good. Yeah, it definitely has dragged though. Like, it definitely has for sure. Like, there's times where like Snow is just like, oh, little minion, this, that, and I'm just like, yeah, man. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like the story is good. So far for me, like it definitely does drag, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I know there's a twist, and I can't say yet because like I did test it out in the test server. I got to like actually like do it, but I didn't actually like read the story. That's why I saved it for when the launch of the update dropped, right? That's why I was like, damn, like let me actually like dive into this story full. So yeah, I think just based on that twist, I feel like people will probably like the story if they go through it. So W story, I guess. For the region, like honestly, the region's really good. Like it looks very pretty. I mean, I haven't played Wuwa like that, so I know their regions obviously look like really good too. But like for me, like the graphical fidelity wise, it looked really good. I don't know. I can't say for like the Wuwa guys, but I think it looked pretty good. Definitely better than like Genshin like environments, that's for sure. And like yeah, it's kind of got that like realism vibe, it's kind of like more like Where Winds Meet than it is like Genshin, like, right? Like the cell shade, it's more like less cell shading and more like realism, I guess.
Yeah.
So no, I do like that.
Black-
And then yeah, what's up?
Blacksmith Wukong.
Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, it's more like that, I would say, than like like the Genshin style, I guess. Yeah, no, I have like really like not many complaints about the region. Like Fear Out there, well, like add some like type of world boss or something. Like especially now that like that is a co-op area too, and you just see other people and stuff. Like have some like MMO elements, like put like a boss there, like put like some stuff like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah. And then the commissions, I think were great. I think they obviously they had to put like a barrier on them because they couldn't just be the open world area for them. But yeah, no, I actually really do like them. They're all open. It's really good for farming. Like they look very pretty. So yeah, I have like pretty much no complaints about that. So overall, for me, I've enjoyed the like 1.1 as a whole, man. To be honest, so yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Okay, for me, I gotta say the new tile sets are like amazing. They're a breath of fresh air. Like Morph said, I was tired of living in a cave, bro. Always
bro.
seeing the same like robotic, like weird map that it was just very gloomy. I have a reaction somewhere on my Discord. The first time I loaded up on the like level 50 tile set, I was blown away because it just didn't even look like the same game. It was beautiful. And
the grass moving with the sun.
Yeah,
everything.
bro.
And it's not to say it's like the greatest graphics of all time by any means, but for what we had in DNA at the moment, it was a big step in graphical quality, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So the tile set's amazing. It doesn't even make me want to play the old tiles. Like I'm gonna be real. Like that's how good I think they are. The story, like Amazing said, I haven't finished it yet. From what I've seen, I've liked. I'm not a big story player. I'm gonna be real. I usually skip stories in like any type of game like this, especially like farming, character building. I don't really care for the story. But I have looked at certain things, and I'm gonna be real. So we know the first region that we're in, they're racist as hell.
Yeah.
And then you get to the second region, and they're like, oh yeah, we're all pacifists. There's no like any problems out here. We're all peaceful. Within like 5 minutes of you being in the new region,
something happens.
Some crazy stuff happens that you're like, oh, so that's why there's no problems in the region. And I was like, I don't know if it's better to be over there with the racist or over here. Both seem kind of extreme. So it was interesting. That caught me by surprise. An NPC flat out cursing, even though they censored it. That also caught me by surprise. So that was interesting. I can't wait to see more of the story and see what it is that it has to offer. A lot of people have said it's really good, and the 1.0 story was very good. The new map, I love it. It looks beautiful, but I have the same gripes that I have with every other, and this is not a gotcha, but I have the same gripes that I have with gotcha gaming maps like Withering Waves. They have a lot of like random little things, but at the end of the day, it feels empty. It feels like there's no real like substance to the map, right? Like you guys said, today I was doing some random little puzzles. They felt cool. You have the little new tool that you interact, you suck up the little, I don't know what they are, little like crystals that are floating. That's cool. There was a player, I ran into multiple players. It was dope. It would be nice if there was little bosses around the map that you could fight with other people. And you know, that had a timer on it. I don't know, and they could respawn and you could get some extra loot from them. I don't know. That would be interesting. Giving more like vitality to the actual map where it feels
Yeah.
alive rather than I cleared it, I picked up all these chests, and now I'm just gonna hunt genie months because there's nothing else to do, would be big. So yeah, it does feel kind of barren, even though it looks beautiful, and I feel like that's a wasted opportunity. And honestly, that's really it. I did like some of the new mechanics. Like I said, that little machine that you got reminded me a lot of some of the tools that we have in Withering Waves, that even though you only use them for very specific things, the little puzzles and things were more interactive than what we already had. So I think the patch overall was, in that regard, in terms of the content, was good. And one thing that we really didn't talk much was, we kind of talked about it earlier, which was the cosmetics. I think they kind of fumbled again with the cosmetics because there's not a lot of variety. Still not seeing a lot of different things. It was very kind of lackluster in the sense of cosmetics. We got one outfit that goes on everybody, right? We got the Fuxu skin, and we got like, I'd say like 10 little extra cosmetics. That's it. I think they could have taken advantage of the whole Eastern theme a lot more to add more cosmetics, but that's just a little personal gripe that I have with the game, or with that aspect of the game. And yeah, that's my take on that.
Personally, I feel like the cosmetics, sure, I do agree with the whole fact that they could have gone a bit more with the Eastern thing, but we went from having like a handful to having like 4 handfuls of cosmetics. Now,
Yeah.
the amount of skins obviously isn't changing much, but the amount of accessories, especially the quality of accessories that we're getting, and the amount of weapon skins that we're getting as well, and their design quality, have drastically expanded.
Yeah, that did
So,
get better.
yeah,
I agree on
Yeah.
that.
we are.
I gave my
Yeah,
dark jade skin on my Fina peak.
Okay, so I want to ask you guys this. Even though we kind of just got news, forget about the post because we'll talk about that in a second.
Mhm.
And keep in mind where we're at in the current state of the game. Is there any quality of life that you guys think needs to be implemented, whether it's right now or within this patch, right? Including the Keizo part of the patch, that you guys think it's vital for the state of the game we're in right now?
quality of life is
Oh.
vital. Please just let me open up the skin box in the character menu. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to have to open up the character menu, go to the shop, buy the skin, go to my inventory, scroll through the characters, select the character, then go back to the character menu to equip the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Like,
I guess I could
That-
add one. Out of curiosity.
yeah, you can add one. We could do like a big circle whenever somebody
Yeah,
comes
it would
up with
just like
something.
say something. Yeah, like I think like one that could definitely be added is like, because right now, especially with the new wedges too, right, and the amount of like time it takes to like grind all of them, and like the grind for that, like maybe allow for like forging multiple of weapons and wedges at the same time. Like obviously you still have to wait the time regardless, but like it's just nice if I go to bed, I set like 8 of them to go like forge, right, and I wake up and they're all done, instead of having to do like every 30 minutes I put a new wedge and like, you know, all of that. So I think that could be like, I guess, a quality of life. Yeah.
I got a good one. I think that because there are a lot of new wedges, there's a lot of new weapons, a lot of new there are going to be new characters.
Mhm.
I think maybe I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but I want a little bit more diversity with the loot drops. Like, let some activities drop maybe globules, maybe some with
Mhm.
other types of other currencies. It doesn't need to be a lot of it. Like, let's say you're doing Luno coins, you want to drop reds there. It's not going to be a lot, but there's still some, like trickle a little bit more. And then when you're doing like the specific activity, there's a lot more of that specific material that you're gonna get. It's just a nicer way to like. It's basically like chase, but give chase to all the other modes, but with like less quantity.
Yeah.
So
Just like trickle
two
in.
more. Yeah, so two more things that I want to highlight from the video of like 40 changes that I uploaded on my channel the other day. One, please give me a list of all of the stat buffs that I'm getting from my supports when I open up my character menu, and like the stat buffs that I'm getting from passives, all that stuff. So that I can actually see what is being adjusted on my character, especially when we currently have inconsistent wording on things. So I would really like to make absolutely sure that a skill damage stat increase is a stat increase and a boost is a boost, or if it isn't. And the other thing that I feel like would be really, really nice, a loot or resource wish list. So let's say there is something you want to craft and you don't have the materials for it, you can click track. And it'll have like this menu on, let's say, the right for your pause menu. It'll be like, okay, this is the stuff that you need. You can get coins here. You can get, I don't know, the wedges there. You can get the carbine globules there. And you just quick click. It'll bring you straight to the activity. And it'll be super easy.
Okay, I have two things that are the main things. The first one is either continue, like add the option to continue while I'm farming wedges, or an infinite stage for farming wedges. I'm tired of having to restart after getting one wedge and then run back to the same spot over and over again when it comes to wedging. We need a lot of wedges. We're over here wedging most of the time we're in DNA. We're wedging or we're looking for clues so then we can get more wedges, right? We spend, if the mission takes us a minute to do, 35 of those seconds are just running to the mission, running to the point, standing there, then while the thing goes down. So let me just continue in the same place. I don't care if you got to change the game mode to like a wave-based game mode. I'm tired of having to restart every mission. And the second one is, we already have some big ones coming in, and I feel this one would also be a big one, and we kind of talked about it earlier. This would be big if it was added before future bigger patches, and that would be either a merchant for wedges, a way to dismantle your wedges for a currency to trade in for wedges, or anything along those lines. The main point behind both of the things I said is facilitate wedge farming so it's more streamlined and less tedious. Not that it's like horrendous by any means, but there are things that don't need to be there, like having to restart a mission 50 times to get wedges. Like that's unnecessary. So those are the two things that I have.
Could I add?
Yeah.
Could I add real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so someone in my comments or Kaizo, he says, and drop purple version of wedges as a silver drop when farming gold wedges. That's a really good one, actually. It's like, so like as an example, right now on like gold demon wedge like blueprints, it's just carmine globule for everything but the gold drop. So like as the silver drop, why don't we have like, you know, like, I don't know, like the blue wings inspo for wings, or I guess it would be like phoenix wings, but you know what I mean, like the purple, like the one you need to craft the like the gold one, have it in the like gold blueprints too, so when you get that drop you're like, oh damn, okay, so I only need like a certain amount, like that you actually have to farm from the other stage, right? It like helps the grind.
That'd actually be a crazy good change.
Yeah, it like help the grind, so that's a really good change.
Yeah, I guess you can do that, but like make it the drop rate of like that silver part of the.
Yeah, exactly. Like have it be the
It's
silver,
not-
and then they can keep like uncommon still be like the, or like the bronze one still be like carmine globule, right?
I got two. I got two more. Like one was like going off what CJ said. Getting to the activity resetting, bro. Can we just can that freaking Luno girl that's like working the elevator that moves down like a little floor that doesn't need to move down do it faster? Because if you actually time the activity, a lot of the time is waiting for the thing to go down.
Elevator,
I did it. Like you're fighting for like 20 seconds and you're waiting for like 40 something seconds. That I mean, if they cut down on that loading part, that'd be great.
Maybe they just remove the elevator entirely, and you just like spawn near the spot.
Yeah.
Alright. And the one other thing that I wanted to bring up, this one, I mean, we got the newsletter today, W, but before before this newsletter, I just think the devs need to give us more word. You know, like they gotta talk to the community a lot more bulletins, just like transparency with a lot more stuff. That's 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 more about like winning over your player base. Because really, what kills me while we're waiting for stuff is the silence. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they're just a little bit like more interactive with the community, drop these bulletins. Like, doesn't need to be every day. Like,
Yeah.
do it like once a week. See what's up. But then everybody will have like a better mental and just be like, oh, okay, they're working on this thing. Okay, this week they might be doing this thing. So the Doom posters would be lessened, and the people that are thinking about, oh boy, should I quit the game? Should I stop? Because I don't know when this thing is happening. What am I? So it's more of a mental thing, and they should think about conversing with the community a bit more. So that's it.
One that I gotta add. I know we've all talked about this. I'm pretty sure you have this on your video because someone wanted me to react to your video agent. They sent it to me yesterday twice. They wanted me to react to your like
Really?
ideas video. Yeah, bro. They always send me your videos to react to. And this they specifically said because I need you to react to this video because you said this same thing. And it's regarding the invincibility or immunity faces on the bosses. Look, I have no problem with them having one, but I am sick and tired of doing tower and then like I do damage to the boss. They get to the forced immunity phase. They get up. I go to punch them, immune again for 20 seconds. I hit them 3 times, immune again. I'm gonna be real. That actually drives me like I get anxious and annoyed with that, and it has no reason to be there. I feel they should allow us to bypass that if you break a character. Sometimes you'll break a character and they'll still go immune. So like, what the hell? And then other times you don't even know when they're going immune. I don't mind immunity faces when they're like at half HP or something along those lines. But when certain characters, Psyche, Hellfire, they have like 5 immunity phases in one fight for no reason, and they take like 25 seconds every time, it's like you're killing my timer. You already have a timer. You already have
Yeah,
all
I
these
gotcha.
debuffs. Oh, I
That's
hate that.
that's why the top like the ones that dive deep, they build stance break. They all stance break.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Because-
I
that's
do
what
that.
I've been saying like pretty much since week 3.
That's why I said it was a build diff,
Yeah.
bro. People put in Tropic with like multi-shot and trigger probability, and they like shred us a boss stance, and it's like
Yeah,
that saves you so much time,
Yep.
right? Like,
and you pretty much have to do it at those points because of how annoying those immunity
Yeah.
phases are.
yeah, literally.
Yep.
It would be nice
So-
if you didn't need to too.
Yeah,
right?
if you
Sure.
didn't need to do that because it was just better. Like it was, and it's like I said,
Well-
some bosses literally force those immunity phases on you.
Or they can
It
go
is
into the
generally
phase
better.
but deal damage to them, right?
It is
That would be
generally
okay.
better against bosses regardless because you are getting that 96% damage multiplier
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Surge equipped.
Now, I want to ask you guys this. We've talked a lot. We have said some things that we like, some others that we don't like. But if you had to pick something, if you don't have anything, that's fine, right? I have something. Maybe you guys do too.
Mhm.
Is there anything in particular that you didn't like about the entirety of 1.1? It could be anything from how the devs handled it to content, to lack of content, to quality, yada, yada, yada. Was there anything that you weren't pleased with in particular? I'll start with what I didn't like, right? We could say a lot of things. I'm just going to say the one thing that we've all agreed on this. So this is in all of our, list. I understand why it happened, but I don't like how they handled the Steam release of the game. I think that was an absolute slop fest. I have so many people that have told me they were excited to play the game and it didn't release on Steam, so they went to play Warframe, they went to play other games, they went to try Werewolf Smeed, other things because they thought it was going to release. The devs announced it was everywhere, and then it wasn't the thing of them announcing it the day before. They announced it while we're actively waiting for servers to go up, like 1 or 2 hours. And I understand they said, oh, it's because Steam didn't approve us or whatever it was, something along
That
those
should have
lines.
been checked out long.
That should have
Yep.
been approved way in advance.
That
bro.
should have been approved before they even
announced it,
said it.
like,
Yep,
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that I was mad about. I wasn't gonna play. I probably wasn't even gonna play it on Steam. But as someone that has worked with companies, I don't find any excuse for that. I thought that was just sloppy. So that was my problem with the 1.1 update. You guys got anything?
Well, beyond the Steam release and the absolutely horrendous communication on that, things that I didn't like about the 1.1, I would like to add on other things about the communication. Now, am kind of glad that we are getting at least the amount of communication that we are. It's certainly feels like we are getting more communication than we got during Wuwa's first launch, because we didn't even get live streams then. But the quality of the communication that we've received has definitely been spotty when it came to the live stream. There were definitely a lot of things that were not really well explained, especially when it came to the events, and we had to actually wait until the whole event overview got posted post-launch of Duet Night Abyss to actually realize, oh, okay, so this is how everything's gonna function in this event. Oh, so this is confirmed a like competitive event. Got it. Because it definitely would have been pretty big for me if like Fox Hunter Summit was announced. Yeah, we're having a competitive event for Duet Night Abyss. This is gonna be like our first time trying it out. So, you know, come in with your teams, like prepare for it. It's gonna be great. That would have been great to hear on the live stream, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I can agree with that.
Yeah, obviously outside of the communication, things that I just didn't like in particular about the update. Like things that they did do or didn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say some things that I just wish they did, but at the same time, I'm still under like the position of I understand why this isn't really in the cards in the current moment, so it'd feel kind of disingenuous to complain about it. I mean, I definitely would have loved more game modes. The new tile sets are great.
Yeah.
But
Very
I'd say probably just like how they handled the open world in its current iteration would probably be like the one thing that I would have to say, and I already said my piece on it before, so we can just move on past that.
Okay.
So for me, if you think about it, like everything will pale in comparison to the Steam release not happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything is like, it's like, all right, whatever. But the Steam release is the one big thing. Another thing, you said it already though, communication. They need to tell us and inform us exactly what we're getting ahead of time properly and explain completely, because what's going to happen is you're going to build it up in your head, right? You're going to think, oh, this is going to be the greatest mode, or this is going to be the greatest set of wedges that we're going to get. And then when you actually find out what it is, then you just get disappointment, or you'll be like, okay. So it kills the enthusiasm coming into a patch. I mean, I'll just for an example, right? Like I got people in my comments and in my streams when they announced the set of wedges that were coming, the anemo wedges. Like people were commenting, "Oh boy, I just lost all enthusiasm right before getting the patch." But if they made it clearer like 2 weeks before when they did the live stream or something, then people would have had time to digest it for like a week, and then okay, then they'd be like, all right, I've come to terms that I'm not getting the wedges that I really want. Then they have a whole week to wait for the game. Then their attitude towards it can become different, and they'll actually try it out. It's all about timing with these things. Just being like I said already, like just be transparent with the community of what we're getting, what is the actual problem with Steam, what are things that are actually going on. Because if you leave it up to the consumer to think about that stuff, you're not gonna get a good result.
Yeah, Steam was just a really bad look, bro. Like, I had friends that uninstalled their game and were ready to install the game
Oh,
with
shit.
Steam, and they wake up in the morning and they're like, "Where's Steam, bro?" I'm like, and I told them, "Yeah, we didn't get Steam." Bro. And it's so sad too, cause like, bro, like they put it on TGA's trailer. Like by then, it should have been confirmed, locked in, bro.
Yeah.
Like, How do they use that as their like big like, oh, start the game now, this is our big update thing, and then drop the ball so hard when on launch we don't even get Steam like at all. Like, it's not even like Steam releasing, it was just super buggy on Steam specifically or something. It just did not come out because they didn't approve it, or it was like not up to standards. I don't even know what the like real issue was, but that I think is like the biggest out of the update, man. Like, undeniably.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, bro. Like, for example, I even have people in the chat saying they don't understand what the big hype is around Steam, and it's first off, it's one of the biggest gaming platforms, especially on PC. So yes, we have our own launcher, but Steam is popular as hell. It launches, it promotes new games, so it's going to be a brand new wave of players that could get it.
Yep.
1, 2, it's like it's the way they handled it, right? It's like if you go to a restaurant, they tell you, yeah, you got to wait for 45 minutes until your food is here. And then, you wait 45 minutes, and 5 minutes before you were supposed to get it, they come to you and they're like, yeah, no, we don't have.
Bro, it wasn't even 5 minutes before. It was like after.
Like, yeah, bro. So people are like, what do you mean? We're
like,
it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the game. So that's why people are so upset with that. And there's little things that we can pick at, but I think the two biggest ones, you guys broke it down, I broke it down. Communication. Just look at today, bro. How hyped did that one bulletin message get us?
Hype, bro.
A lot.
That was hype, bro. It was, and it's not something that in all like we all clear theater. We all have no problem clearing theater. And some of the things are more like quality of life improvements for the base of the game. But the fact that they communicated how they spoke to us and what they said and the message, the way they delivered it was huge. It was like, okay, this got me excited for the game.
Yeah.
So communication, absolutely. Hopefully they continue with that. Like Agent said earlier, is they said, yo, we got more things that we're cooking. We'll tell you once we get them more, stable and finalized. So that was great. But yeah, those are the two things that I think really impacted negatively the patch from like an actual perspective of all of us that play the game at different, levels of intensity. And from there we hop into how excited were y'all with that post? What did y'all think of that post that we got this morning? This was an extra that we didn't have obviously on the podcast list, but what did you guys think? I was super excited, bro.
Yeah. I read that post and it like instantly raised my mood this morning. I got pretty animated in my video of reading it out and breaking it all down. I'm sure somebody probably sent you some screenshots at this point.
I'm sure, bro. I gotta check.
Yeah. And it was really fun because I was looking through it. I was like, oh, hey, that's something that I suggested. That's something that CJ suggested. That's something that Morph suggested. Amazing. Yep. Wow, they're like listening to us.
They're listening.
They're listening, yep.
Devs listen, yo. It's like,
Devs listen, yeah, bro.
And then they just like go ahead and confirm the things that I've literally just been telling the community the entire time, that it's going to take time. They're going to tell us when it's ready. Because if they show us something that's like half-baked, it could lead to some like unrealistic expectations, or it could lead to people expecting it a lot sooner than it may actually be coming out. I definitely think it's smart to keep things to like the next update, especially when we're still like 6 weeks out from that. Now, I do hope that we get some more communication, especially when it comes to like the Demon Witch releases, because we did get the Animal one, and the Hydra one is just like up in the air. Is like, is that happening when Catch-Over releases, or is it happening when 1.2 releases? Like, I still don't quite know. Yeah, it really, really got me pumped, and I cannot wait for some more Luna Bulletins. I would love to see more blog posts, especially some videos, if they do have the time to produce some of those.
Oh, I'll be last because I haven't read this yet.
Okay, no, that's fair. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
We're spoiling more right now, bro.
Bro, that Luno's Bulletin, bro, I woke up to that, I'm like, holy, this is what we needed, like, honestly, like, a week ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if this was released, like, a few days after, like, I think the, like, whole, like, situation, I think people would have been like, damn, they responded, like, like, I mean, this is still quick. This is, like, only, like, a week and a half after the update, right? I think it's been about that. So, like, yeah, no, it's not like they waited so long to do it. But, yeah, honestly, like, and it's also, like, confirmed for me that, like, they definitely want to go in like the AFK route for farming, which I think is fine considering like mobile is like who they're also like pushing this game for too, which if you're on mobile, you don't want to manual farm like all your stuff, right? Like you're probably more incentivized to AFK farm. So I'm glad they decided to like pick one or the other because eventually they had to. And like people also thought since they quote unquote nerfed the secret letter clue farm that they're against AFK farming, right? But I mean, look what we have now, guys, right? Like it's and then yeah, their whole thing is like, oh, we're gonna like like skip the wave like time thing, right? The auto like skip. So like that's really good. And then the weekly boss mats like exchange thing, like mainly for like the what's it called, like the actual like ascension material, I think is the biggest plus of that because like okay, now it's like I just farm for the thing I want and then I just exchange for the weekly ascension thing, right? So that's a major plus I think as well. And then yeah, I forget there was another thing there too that I forgot. I have to like go back and read it again, but Morph, if you've read it, you could say your piece. I'll pull it up real quick and read it.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely the auto picking the number of waves you want to do. I wonder if you can pick it again though. Like if you beat like 20, can you I wonder if you can do that. Anyway, but yeah, that's actually pretty damn big because you know how far your character can push by this time. So you can just set it up. It also saves you that the number of clicks that you have to do per mission. It's gonna save you a lot of time. Like that will compound. Like let's say you set 30 waves. I don't have to click the menu for 2 seconds at a time, and then it's go time. It's just gonna keep. It's gonna be nice, actually. Now that I think about it, it's just gonna be waves, constant waves, waves, waves. Especially on the new exploration farms, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, the skill materials being tradable or changeable, not really tradable. That's the wrong word, but it can be changed to a different material. That's very good because right now I have that same problem. I don't have the moon ones for Luminos, and I have a bunch of the other ones, like 30 of another one that I don't really use, and I want to like just quickly convert that. That way, I don't have to waste my weeklies on characters or weapons that I don't really want to get, just because I need the materials. W on that.
Yeah.
Basically, these are changes that we said like a month and a half ago.
Then on the first podcast, bro, like
said it on the first podcast, yeah.
Like a while ago.
So it means that if what I'm imagining is correct, they spent that time since our first podcast really fixing up 1.1, trying to dress it up, trying to fix the graphics, make it better, optimize the gameplay. And it's finally time that they're going to focus on quality of life. So I'm looking forward to more quality of life. The game definitely needs it. I'm more hyped about it more than anything, right? And stuff like this, like if we make, because we will be making the videos, and maybe you guys already made the videos. Uh, these types of changes to the game is what can convince the new players, rage quitting players to then reevaluate things and see, all right, they are listening.
So I'll just add, I remembered the point. It was the whole like theater like starting you at like 6 now if you've like done it already. That is another massive change too.
Yeah,
definitely really good for people that are like consistently like doing Axe 12 like every reset. So yeah,
I remember talking about that in the second podcast.
Yeah, no, that was really good. I think that when it came, for me at least, we all just talked about, you guys pretty much covered what they did add in that thing, in the bulletin, which was insane. I think it just, once again, the quality of life was actually pretty damn big. Improving those two changes are so much bigger than some of the changes we even got in 1.1. Like when we look at things like, I love the chase, shop. I think that's amazing. But I think these two changes are even bigger than that for the overall quality of how the game plays for both new players and veterans alike. So
yeah,
that's huge. But to me, what called my attention and what got me excited wasn't just that. It wasn't like what they're adding. It was how they spoke to us and what that message pretty much said. One, a lot of those changes you can tell that come straight from them literally listening. Like what is the community talking about? What are they saying? What do they want? and then implementing those changes directly from what the community is saying. Not what what they have up in there that they already have in their plans, but what we are asking for a while, the player base. So that was huge. And the fact how they once again, like always, are so humble to say, we know the game is not up to par. We know that we're still needing to improve. We understand that there's a lot of things we still have to fix and make better. It lets me know that they're grounded and they're understanding that there's still a road ahead that is filled with holes that they're trying to patch up and make better. And how they said, we're going to continue to tell you stuff, but we're going to tell you once it's more concrete, right? Once we have things more stable. And it lets me know that right now they're giving us these things, but they're definitely working on other stuff. They told us that they're working on other stuff. And if it's on the same level as the quality of these, things that they're adding here, the game's going to be a completely different feel from here to 2 to 3 months, bro. So that was what caught my attention.
I mean, I just want to say, if these new tile sets alone feel so much better than the ones that we had before, imagine what they're going to do when they unleash like a whole entire new game mode with this like new design.
Yep. It's going to be really smooth. All right. This is the interesting part. This is where the true Glazers, the true White Knights come and shine. What would you guys, so far, we still have a lot of content left, but we're doing the podcast now. So what would you rate the 1.1 update 1 week plus in?
With the knowledge in mind that it's definitely focusing a lot more on building the foundation, and because I appreciate that, 7 out of 10. But
7 out of 10.
But if I don't really factor that into account, I just like look at content wise, probably like a 6.
Yeah. I would say if I look at the entire patch, like, okay, so if I don't add what happened with Steam in there, because if we don't add that in there, if we just add the patch, like the thing is Steam was part of it, but let's say we don't add that into it and we just add the patch in itself, I would also rate it the meme of 7 out of 10. But if we add the content, like if we're looking at what we got in terms of content, I would even say it's like this y'all fans might get upset, but I would even go as a 5 out of 10 because we're still doing the same loop. There is nothing new in terms of like what we're doing. It's the exact same thing. It was more, like I've always said, it was more of a foundational patch more than anything to improve the quality of the game. The new region is great, but it's just another region, right? We're just running around. There's good things in that. And I just want to point out a 7 out of 10, it's everything. That's more points are going because of the region and everything. But the content and what we're doing, it's just the same thing we were doing before. So if I want to average it out, it'd probably be like a 6 out of 10 for me.
For me, it's gonna be okay. All right. If it's my selfish ranking, it's a 5. Selfish ranking because I want more, right? I want new game modes. I want better wedges than the wedges that I got. That's actually all I want. I just want more game modes and I want better wedges and the weapon wedges. Because if you get weapon wedges, that's basically like 20 new builds that we can do. But yeah. That's my personal like selfish rating. Now, if I was to rate the game coming into it like fresh, like if you're like a new player, you're considering playing the game, and you with the mindset of it being a super heavy grind game, because I have to remember my experience when I first started playing Duet Night Abyss. It was a 10. It was definitely a 10. But now that there's the addition of the new map, new commissions, everything looks so much nicer. I would give it an 8 if I was like a fresh player. If I'm imagining it as a like brand new player, like no, I did not hear any Doom posting, which is impossible. But if you really look at it, there's so many like little quality of life changes that 1.1 gave us that was overshadowed by a lot of the negativity. I made a video on it. There's a lot more that actually wasn't mentioned in that video. Like, I'll give you one more. Limited time events that were specific to FINA are now permanent. So you can get the FINA rewards, 240 secret letters, That's pretty big with the red globules and stuff like that. They could have just said like, okay, it's like a story thing that's gone now, but we can actually replay it, or people that are new to the game can play it that were too late to not be able to play it. They have that to get like more resources. That's a pretty good W to me. You know, you take what you can in this update and just hope for better things, which the newsletter just announced to us, and you know that's why the hype is there for the newsletter.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't say 7, bro. Like that's like but like honestly, it might just be a 7, bro. But if I had to lean one way or the other, I would say 6 because like I feel like Steam launch like actually has to like be part of that in a way. You know what I mean? Because like especially as like a new player coming in and you find out like Steam is not launching on that point, it's like you probably are not a new player. You probably haven't started the game. You know what I mean? So they lost like people like people they could have gotten just because of that.
Yeah.
And that's just sad, right? Like they easily could have got so much more people. So yeah, I mean again like it's mostly just things like you guys said. I mean you guys pretty much laid it out, but like yeah, I mean we're still doing the same thing. We need other things to do. We are waiting on quality of life, and they did announce, so that's good. But yeah, I'm definitely leaning more towards the not glazing side this time around, y'all.
Now,
Yeah.
something that I do want to say is that 1.1 and especially the botched Steam launch, it definitely showed the fact that they're a new company
100%.
a lot.
Yeah.
But even with that in mind, with their experience, it definitely does look like that they are adapting and improving very quickly as a company.
Yeah.
And I, for one, really hope that that continues to be a trend and that they grow in positive ways. That,
I'll add one more thing too.
Generally improve.
I'll add one more thing about Steam. I think now, by the way, I think they hold Steam till either like Keijo and like hype it up again, or to like the next big update, if anything. I think they might as well.
Yeah.
Because like now it's
That's
like
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
you know, because they can't just like drop it like within like a week where nothing's happening, because then like they're not gonna get
It's
players,
a-
bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a bad time, so they gotta like.
I want to say two things real quick.
Who
So
stole your dog, dude? Somebody stole your dog.
that's a ninja,
You
bro.
see?
So if we take into account the bulletin that was dropped today, right?
Oh.
I would go from a 6-7, another meme. I would go from like a 6 or 7 to I would say about like a 9, because that change today is like it changes the foundation of a lot of the game,
Does.
right? It changes the way tower works. It changes the way we're farming the game. So it is massive. I would say I would even go up to a 9 because it's that impactful, in my opinion, right? In terms of the foundation of the game. And then the second thing I want to say is quickly to address something that the chat is saying. Because, for example, a lot of people are saying it was a 9 out of 10 in the chat, for me at least. And I just want to point out, as a player that's just looking at this as someone that's just playing the game, I would understand where people are coming from if they think it was a 9 out of 10 patch. Now, as someone that's playing this game, covering this game, and understands the way that marketing should be done and a product should be sold, I'm looking at the product in its entirety, right? And I'm sure that's how you guys are grading it too. We're looking how the content impacts new players, how it was marketed, how the developers told us about the content, how they managed the release. All of that is getting added into what the patch was, the entirety of it. Not just from the I'm a player that enjoys the game and I've had no issues, because I haven't really had too many issues and I have fun, I've grinded, I've done everything, but what the entirety of the product that was the 1.7 or 1.1 patch was. And that's where a lot of us are rating it 7, a 6, an 8. Like, that's why we're not rating it as high as can be, because it's more than just the experience we've had with the game, but how the product was handled. So that's the thing, right? Just wanted to let the chat know that. And this last bit before we end the stream was an idea by Agent, actually. If anybody from anybody's chat, right, has a question that you'd like to ask any of us, or how we feel about something, feel free to ask us in the chat. And then if one of you guys has someone that asked an interesting question, feel free to, read it
Can I
out
go
to us.
first?
And I'll say,
Because
yeah.
there's a guy that's like spamming. All right. So what do you guys feel? What do you guys feel about NA getting swept under the rug when it came to the Consonance weapon reset?
Well, I think that it's probably gonna get addressed relatively soon. It definitely took them. I think it was almost like 2/3 of the way through the month before they addressed it the first time. I imagine we'll probably see something about that relatively soon, like the next week or two, just because they're probably still entirely on like, all right, fix mode when it comes to all these issues, especially optimization. That it's probably just not something that they have had the resources to allocate to adjusting again. And especially because, I mean, we are still dealing with some issues and new issues that popped up. You guys remember when all the water disappeared from the ocean last night?
That was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well,
yeah, for me,
I'm in
regarding that
Asia. I
issue,
don't know.
I
Go ahead.
was a little bit triggered. I was like, bro, because I was grinding, and y'all know, bro, I was dying grinding maze. And I beat it. And then right as I beat it, it reset and it had a 1 day reset on all the wedges. So I'm like, oh my God, bro, what is this crap? So I go and farmed all the wedges again because people were on EU telling me that their shop just reset again after that initial reset. So I'm like, I can't sleep now. I gotta grind it. And then it doesn't reset for me again. And then they're like, oh yeah, reset for me. Look at my +9 wedges. And they start posting it in my Discord. I'm like, oh hell no. Where's my wedges at, bro? So I was bothered by it, but I was like, I'm sure they're gonna say something about it. I wish they would have said something in the few posts they've done so far, but hey, like you said, I'm sure they're gonna say something about it.
I have nothing to comment because I hate that thing. I mean, I do it, but I didn't even know it happened. So, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
in
didn't even
Asia.
know
So.
until like after, and I was like, damn, like I probably still wouldn't have like stayed up to grind it because it's just too much. Missing maze is like a pain in the ass, man. Like,
Oh,
oh,
I have a
Yeah.
question for Morph. I
Yeah,
mean, for
go.
all of us,
Uh,
but I think Morph is gonna be the best one at answering this one. Um,
okay.
Pow just asked, I'm curious how you guys feel about not adding HP plus skill damage wedges for Hellfire and Sybil, or generally them not buffing obviously underpower units.
Uh, yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, we've talked about this in the previous podcast. The realization that buffing the characters and getting support for these characters are not really on the agenda. So I come to terms with them getting a little bit not buff. I can say though that Sybil got really buffed. Sybil pretty much got heavily buffed because of skill speed from Fushu. I'm actually able to clear more waves now than I used to be able to. Like a lot more waves, at least 10 more exploration waves. I can clear more because of that. But other than that, it is a bad feeling. But, you know, one can only hope that new wedges will support like Hellfire when the Pyro wedges come, or when the Electro wedges come. HP scaling and shield scaling is very, very difficult if you really think about it. How can they improve it? I guess the best way to improve it is you like flat out just increase the base skill multiplications of those characters, but that way you don't have to like make a whole new freaking wedge or something for them. Just improve their skills. Yeah, that it's disappointing, definitely, but you know you can only hope at this point. I think it's gonna be okay though, definitely. I mean, like we're getting like a lot, like even weapons are already. You're gonna slowly see. I'm predicting this might be cope, but I'm predicting that weapon is gonna be the meta in the near future. You got characters like Fushu, you got characters like Keiso, you got Yuming, you got the new weapons that are coming out that are really really good, and some that are already there and have the potential to become something amazing. So yeah, uh, that's my take on that. It's all about a waiting game at this point.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. are we wrapped up on this question? Does anyone else have anything to add? Because I got a question in my chat.
I have them, but go ahead.
All right. So Anonymous says TFT added a system where you can stack different track shift symbols in the same slot. It'll be an issue long term when builds change. What is everyone's thoughts on that? So essentially, talk about track shift modules and how currently, there are some characters that if you want to run multiple builds on them, you will kind of run into that wall where it's like, okay, well, I have this track shifted because I need to, but it interferes with this build, so basically I have to choose between them, and if I want to swap, I have to spend a track shift module every single time. So essentially, how do we amend that?
Oh yeah,
That's
I
hard.
agree.
Yeah.
They gotta make it stackable for sure.
I think if not stackable, just make like a universal track slot like equivalent or something. Like I know Warframe has it. I think it's like I forget what it's called, but I think like pretty much it would just like act as like you put any like track slot on it, and it would just cut the freaking cost in half pretty much, regardless, right? So like
So, oh, sorry, my bad.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say like yeah, and then obviously like because it's like it's obviously better than a base track shift module, they'll have to add that as like some like end game farm thing, I guess. Like I don't know, but they definitely be more limited. Like on Warframe, you don't get a lot of those. So,
Oh, they kind of started it out actually, but I've tried it sorta, and I've like just theorized how many you can shift out. Because right now, if you max out the new center wedge, you get like 55 tolerance. So you can essentially, if you keep two open, like don't put in track shifts on two pieces, you can actually shift out an additional two more or one. Well, yeah, two more. So you can actually mess around a little bit, but you're still gonna have that staple of having the four kinds, like prime wedge, um, whatever element specific one. Yeah,
Signature.
griffins. Yeah, the signature ones.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have those, or maybe remove one because it doesn't do anything for weapon damage or something. Uh, it's okay, but it's not enough. It's not. If you ask me, it's not there yet. Like the new center wedge isn't the solution. It does help, but it's not the biggest solution for it. And it does take like 20 track shift modules to make that thing.
oh, also I'll add as well. This is another like Warframe thing, but if you put a track slot on a middle slot wedge, it doubles the amount of like tolerance increase you get. By the way, so like they could just do that, I guess. And then
Oh,
yeah, they could do that.
I think that would be broken in the current state of
it
the
would
game.
be, it would be, but I
Yeah.
mean, like right now we don't have like too many that cost like I mean it's just the new Anima wedge is like almost 50, right, or something like that. So like
Yeah.
it would be like you'd still just run like what you would normally be able to run, but yeah, I mean it would be a little crazy, especially with the new like middle slot wedge they have. I can see why they don't.
Yeah, I have one that is, I don't know if you guys have done it, but said guys asked, can you guys talk about the Discord dev interview opportunity? Apparently Redditors are mad, but besides that, what do you guys think about the devs asking for people to talk to on their Discord directly?
Absolutely phenomenal.
Like a
Direct
good thing, right? I was gonna say like
Yeah. Direct, like literally a direct line to talk to the devs. Obviously, it is going to matter a lot depending on who they pick, which is probably why they asked people to give their full profile as well as how much they play the game. I mean, I put it in mine and I actually like undersold the amount of hours that I typically run. I said about 80 to 90, but if I calculate the amount that I've averaged throughout my entire playtime, it's actually 95.
Yeah, I'm on the same
Yeah.
boat.
It would be great
Um,
if the dev joined the podcast.
dude,
Secondary himself, bro. Like
yeah, that'd be absolutely nuts. Or at least somebody on the team who knows English.
Somebody on the team.
Yeah.
That'd be lit, having a rep from them.
But like, please pick me. I've got so many ideas, man.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like we've said, bro, and this is what I was telling my community earlier before we started the podcast. There might be a lot of people and even bigger content creators that can be out there posting every now and then, but nobody is more in the trenches than the people in this podcast right now for this game. And it's not to glaze us or anything. It's like Okay, point us towards a CC that's not in this VC that's doing what we're doing. Videos every day, streaming every day, hours every day, chatting with the community every day. Who's doing it? I wish there was more for the game to grow even more, but there simply isn't. So I really hope the devs have a chance to talk to some of us regarding how we feel about the game and that how they can improve it. Just at least to hear us out, and maybe we can voice the opinions from them, our community, some ideas and all of that. It would be great. And yeah, I mean, anybody else has anybody asking anything?
My chat's pretty quiet.
Let me
Okay.
take a look at my chat.
Graham, what's your question, man?
Somebody wants some quality of life wherein you just put in 10 pieces of secret letters. When you're doing the covert commissions,
Yeah.
kind of like a gachapon. We talked about that before. We want that. We kind of want that.
Personally, what I would like more than just being able to spend multiple secret letters at the same time is instead, why don't we just make it in a gilded letter? Like you can spend maybe double the amount of clues to gild your letter, and it gives you like double the chance of getting the gold, and
like a
double
or radiant relic. I mean, from Warframe.
yeah, pretty much like that.
Some fancy stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said, "Wait, I got a small one." You didn't have to tell me you had a small one, bro. That's besides the point.
Somebody said, "When will Amazing make a video about me again?" Oh,
oh, you grilling someone amazing? Okay, I see
bro.
you.
Like, is it Momo? Is it Momo?
Yeah, Mono
yeah.
Hamtaro.
Bro, like he gave me content, man. I mean, hey, like it is what it is, man.
Jim says there's no such thing as a bad product, only a bad price.
How do we feel about the lack of Umbro and Hydro characters? I'm sure more of them will come with time. I mean, we just got Fushi, right? Just
you guys see the
more
leak?
Characters will come with time.
We don't talk about the leak here, but there's
we
a
don't
leak.
talk about the leaks.
That's all we know.
We know more characters will come with time.
I haven't seen any leaks though, so
yeah, I haven't seen too much of anything. That's all I know.
Yeah, I
but
know, like,
we just got Fushu and yeah. But honestly, man, I will say we can do another session, not necessarily one of the podcasts where we just link up, talk, maybe chat with our chats and see what they got to say. But I think for today, we've been at it for about 2 hours, 20 minutes, just about. And I've been live for almost 9 hours. So I'm kind of tired. I'm sure you guys are tired. I just want to say thank you once again for taking the time to come hang out, yap it up. I know we had to like reschedule and make sure everything worked for all of us. Thank you guys. We're going to continue doing what we can to everybody in everyone's chat. Appreciate everybody taking the time to come and support us. And we'll continue to enjoy the game and try to make this game a good place for everybody to come hang out in. Thank you guys. And yeah, have a good day, everybody.
Fun.
Scylla.
Peace out.
Peace.